Tonight, from First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. We're in the so-called rock and roll capital of the world, Cleveland, Ohio, at First Energy Stadium on the shores of Lake Erie. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here. The Las Vegas Raiders and the Cleveland Browns. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. From the 32 now, here's first.
Still a Hail Mary.
Here's Mayfield.
Yeah, boy, that's how we do it. Do it.
Touchdown, Cleveland. Jarvis Landry, his 21st touchdown of the season, and the Browns have taken the early lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good, and it's now a 7-0. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense from the coordinator, the quarterback, the line, everybody. One-play drive and into the end zone for 6. How does the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away? It's a squibber picked up around the 27, and they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position. The Raiders getting ready to go to work for the first time, and they're led by their quarterback in his 8th season now in silver and black, Derek Carr. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Shotgun now for Carr. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A check on the numbers a week ago for Waller. 6 catches, 76 yards.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count. This is the #1 rated defense in the NFL. They'll have a tough time.
Oh, it's complete.
Blah! Got you, bitch. I don't think so.
Enemy territory.
Motherfucker.
It's a big play there for Vegas. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Somebody
and take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Kenyon Drake, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up.
Gotcha. Hit it.
To the offense. This is a live ball.
Yeah. I blocked that goddamn shit. What? Yeah. What, boy? Nah, you ain't.
So after the block PAT, they're ready to
block the PAT, boy? Yeah, what now? Yeah.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. A dangerous return man showing it here. And a good effort out of the return man. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
Let's get this shit going.
Cleveland
I
offense
blocked
ready
the
to go.
PAT, bitch. What? Let's go.
First down, Mayfield. Going deep here for Landry. This is called the drive. He will be taken down deep in Las Vegas territory. A good play that time for Cleveland.
Well, Fred, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Oh, you bitch.
There's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage. Especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight. He's the first in there because he's tipped up and picked off.
To break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards, not quite enough. And they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader. And quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give those serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing, and let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real, and it's really helped.
And he is
What? Yeah.
McLaughlin for the extra point. And it's up. It's good. Our score 14-6. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And Nick Chubb, the one to finish it off as he does so with a touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. It's a squibber picked up around the 27. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got in the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
Throwing on first down is Carr. And that throw behind his man. He missed him, incomplete. 2nd and 10. A very chilly day here, but no snow. And I gotta say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. After one, 14-6 on our score on EA Sports. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Carter to throw. That's caught by Waller out left side. And he's going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moved.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up.
Nice sharp run by Kenyon Drake, and he's awfully tough to get on the ground. And how about this Raiders backfield? They're certainly not lacking for punch, having signed Drake this year, and already having Josh Jacobs in the backfield. Drake, he's going to a 1,000-yard season, but last year there, Drake loses the football. And I think the Browns got it. They did.
Yeah.
Some guys just have a knack for creating turnovers. He's got a little bit of that going. He forced a fumble last week, another one there.
And it just drives teams crazy because they
have a potential turnover. They're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. And the question, was the need for that down before his
Oh, what the fuck happened?
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled. And he'll get the knee down to about the 17. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up the 3rd down. Carr ahead over here to Drake. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. And we hit the 2-minute mark in this half of action.
Go on, bitches. Come on. Come on. Come on, let's go.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. They'll set up the screen to Drake. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line.
Yeah, show me your guns, boy.
On the screen there is 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He can make a man or two miss, but that window closed. But that's going to wind up incomplete. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Carr. And he'll go underneath here to Drake. And they'll rally and stop him short of the first down at about the 6. Again, right there on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Seems like a block another one, though.
The kick by Carlson is good. And that'll get the lead down to 5. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in the second quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hole. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Browns now going to take over late in this first half. And they've got a little over 40 seconds to work with if they want to try to put something together.
Yeah.
Believe that he will make the catch. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big connection on that one. 32 yards.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible.
Got it. Yeah. Yeah. Right on the ante at the clock, man.
The first half is winding down. And the Browns are able to strike
12 seconds. I got that shit in.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And gives his guys a 12-point advantage. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Kicks it on the ground with a squib, taken around the 28. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Carr. And he'll look downfield for Waller. Coverage and intercepted. John Johnson with the INT. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we have reached halftime here in Cleveland with the Browns on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. In the early window on Sunday, one of the best happened up in Pittsburgh. A big one for the Steelers, as they'll have to do battle with the Tennessee Titans. In the late afternoon games, the place to be might very well be Denver, Colorado, where it'll be the Broncos taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. Then, on Sunday night, a big one in the NFC South, the Saints and Bucks from Tampa, 8:20 Eastern Time. In the game you're watching, it's been Baker Mayfield with a strong first half. He's thrown for close to 200 yards already.
Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this third quarter of action. It's a squibber picked up around the 27. And they'll set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start calling back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
2nd and 2. From the gun, it's Dre. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
21-9.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy could be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and they picked up a first down for them, too.
Carr now on first down. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he's got this down to the 35.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a...
In a heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Riley Harris. Well, they will finally stop him, but a great return. Gets that football all the way down the 16-yard line. So an opening drive interception to begin the second half.
And just think about the time you spent in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now you got to find a way out of this one.
We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
They'll run with Chubb. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
That spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not even get in for the second score there. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. Coming right, this is Chubb on the toss. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, his second touchdown tonight. And the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to catch this one in. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that will make this a 19-point game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. It's a squibber picked up around the 27. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is score too, right? Because once they took the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Third quarter action. Appreciate you joining us from Cleveland, Ohio. 2nd and 10. Now a handoff for Drake. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 40 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. Oh, now Miller slow and getting up. He's still down on the ground. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. On second down, it's Drake. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. We're on to the fourth quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. working from the gun. It's Carr. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Under 4 to go now as they come up on second down. Carr now throw. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Throwing his Carr on third down. They'll find Moreau here. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now Carr, got to have this. Please, they cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. And again, it's John. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and wind down some clock with John. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. And this offense, Charles, we talked about how well they played all season, sitting now at 13-0 and a finish line for a perfect regular season. That's in sight. Some of the media this week were pointing back to the 07 Patriots. Of course, remember, they finished the regular season unbeaten, but they were tested multiple times in that final month plus.
Yeah, it was something like 4 of the last 6 wins with possession games, and they played like a team that was trying to protect something instead of chasing something, and that's what happens when you have an undefeated record. So it behooves you as a team. Get a couple blowouts in there so you get a chance to relax and breathe, but that's much easier said than done.
Daylight. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 76 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to go. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point in the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score it.
And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to soak this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, about that, a new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway, because that's your strength.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 80. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down. Able to come away with the victory here. It was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the 2nd half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a 2nd half, the adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
Hell yeah.
There was an adjustment, whether it's just more focus on what they plan to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together.
All right, 28-9. Fuck yeah. Yeah. What? All right, we'll advance to next week. 14-0, baby. Hell yeah. Under-fucking-feeded. Oh, yeah. Green Bay Packers is next one. So, next victim. We'll save it here. Save it. Subscribe for more smoke videos creeping up on your YouTube screen.